Oh my God.
You're sharing Kahoot. Yeah, I can see.
You can see. Okay. So let's start. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa group, Madhava class. So here we are discussing and memorizing the 108 important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. And we are also trying to see what Srila Prabhupada has explained in the purports by trying to understand through analogies and examples. So this is going to be an interactive class like it was before, and at the end we'll play Kahoot. So watch the slides carefully. So that will help you to answer the Kahoot questions. So let's start with prayers. Om
Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashakaya Smritam Vena
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri
Namaha Namo
Mam Vishnu Padaya
Krishna
Krishna
Prestaya
Prasthaya
Bhutale
Bhutale
Srimate
Srimate
Bhakti
Bhakti
Vedanta
Vedanta
Swami
Swami Niti
Namine
Namine
Namaste
Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyata Deshatarine
Jai Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Shiva
Shiva Sadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Okay, so let's start. So we are in which chapter now?
10.
Chapter 10. Very good. Okay, so what is the title of chapter 10?
The opulence of the absolute.
The absolute. Very good. So in chapter 10, we saw these concepts that everyone ultimately comes from Krishna. Who can say this shloka? Where Krishna says that everything ultimately comes from me.
Mataji, I know the verse.
Is it Mishti?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, go ahead, Mishti.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Should I say the translation?
Yeah, you want to say the translation?
Okay. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
Very, very good. Thank you, Mishti. So we learned that and then we also learned that what is the characteristics of pure devotees. So what do pure devotees do? They are completely focused on glorifying the Lord. They're not focused on themselves, but they're focused on the Lord. And when they meet with each other, they take pleasure in discussing the glories of the Lord. Anybody else wants to say this shloka? This also we discussed in the 10th chapter. That's the clue. Thank you, Krishna Chaitanya. Yes. So that's where Krishna says that about his devotees, how their lives are always devoted to him and they take pleasure in conversing about him. Okay, so in that purport, we saw how devotional creeper is something that is grown like a devotion is like a creeper that grows from the seed, and the seed of the devotion is sown in the heart by the spiritual master, and by constant chanting and hearing, the creeper of devotion grows, and finally it reaches the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, so again we saw about what is Buddhi Yoga. So Buddhi Yoga means using our intelligence, connecting to the Lord, or serving the Lord with all our intelligence. So can anyone say the verse that talks about Buddhi Yoga?
Yeah, I know.
Mishti and Krishna Chaitanya already said. If anyone else apart from them,
Mataji, is it Tesham Satata Yuktanam?
yes, Kanchan, yes. Do you want to go ahead and say the shloka?
Sure, Mataji. Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Preti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te.
Very good. Thank you so much. You want to say the translation?
Sure, Mataji. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me.
Very good. So that's what we saw, and how Krishna gives the understanding from within the heart. And we saw that that is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so today we are going to see the verse text 12 and text 13. And this is directly after the 4 verses. That is, we learned 8, 9, 10, and 11. Can anyone say the 11th verse that we learned last week and the translation? Those who have not said so far. Text 11 from chapter 10 and the translation.
Mataji, can Prahlad say?
Yes, Prahlad.
Teshamevanukam partha mahamajnanam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnanadipena bhasvata.
Very good. Can you read the translation?
I don't know the translation.
What does Krishna say?
You're supposed the shining lamp of knowledge destroys the darkness of ignorance.
Very good. So Krishna says he is there in everyone's heart, and for those who are constantly devoted to him, he destroys the darkness of ignorance with the shining lamp of knowledge. Thank you, Prahlad. So after hearing these 4 verses about himself, and these 4 verses are called the seed shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So after hearing them, Arjuna says this verse. So this is very important verse, these 2 verses, and let's see what he says. So repeat after me. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Param Brahma Param Dhamma
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Param Brahma Param Dhamma
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Param Brahma Param Dhamma
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram
Pavitram
Param
Param
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Param Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham Shashvatam Devam
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham
Purusham
Shashvatam
Shashvatam
Divyam.
Divyam.
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam.
Purusham
Shashvatam
Shashvatam
Divyam.
Divyam.
Adidevam Ajam Vibhum.
Adidevam
Adidevam
Ajam
Ajam
Vibhum.
Vibhum.
Adidevam Ajam Vibhum.
Adidevam Ajam
Ajam
Vibhum.
Vibhum.
Adidevam Ajam Vibhum.
Adidevam.
Ajam Vibhum.
So this is one shloka. So we'll do the shloka again. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna
Param Brahma Param Dama
Param Brahma Param Dhamma.
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan.
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam
Purusham Shashvatam Divyam.
Adidevam Ajam Vibhum
Adidevam Ajam Vibhum.
Ahustvam
Ahustam
Rishayah Sarve
Rishayah sarve.
Sarve.
Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve
Ahustvam Rishayah
Sarve.
Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve
Ahustvam
Rishayah Sarve.
Devarshir
Devarshir.
Devarshir
Devarshir.
Naradastata
Naradasthatha.
Naradastata
Naradasthatha.
Naradastata
Naradastata.
Devarshir Naradastata
Devarshirnarastata.
Devarshir Naradastata
Devarshirnarastata.
Asito Devalo Vyasa
Asito devalo vyasa.
Asito Devalo Vyasa
Asito Devalo Vyasa.
Asito Devalo Vyasa
Asito devalo vyasa.
Vyasa.
Swayam Chaiva
Swayam Chaiva.
Swayam Chaiva
Swayam
Chaiva.
Swayam Chaiva
Swayam
Chaiva.
Bravishime
Pravishime.
Swayam Chaiva Bravishime
Swayam Chaiva Pravishime.
Swayam Chaiva Bravishime
Swayam Chaiva Pravishime.
Okay, let's do the second shloka. Ahustvam rishayah sarve
Ahustvam rishayah sarve.
Devarshir naradastata
Devarshirnarastata.
Devarshir naradastata
Devarshirnarastata.
Asito devalo vyasa
Asito devalo vyasa.
Swayam chaiva bravishime
Swayam chaiva pravishime.
Swayam chaiva bravishime
Swayam chaiva pravishime.
Okay, so let's do the word by word translation. I'm going to ask you the English or Sanskrit, and you need to say the vice versa. Deva Rishihi.
The sage among the demigods.
Good job. Paramam.
Supreme.
Very good. Swayam.
Personality.
You are explaining.
Pravishi.
Ravishi.
Very good. Eternal.
Shashwatam.
Shashwata.
Very good. The original Lord.
Adidevam.
The unborn.
Ajam.
Vibhum.
Greatest.
Okay. Pavitram.
Pure.
Brahma.
Truth.
Divyam.
Transcendental.
The sage among the demigods.
Devarshi.
Devishi.
Also.
Cha.
Eva.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Sustenance.
Dama.
Dharma. Good job. Okay. So let's see the translation. Arjuna, who wants to read the translation?
Can Vikyat read, Mataji?
Yes, Vikyat.
Arjuna said, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the eternal, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Very good. Okay. So Arjuna is saying this to who?
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna. Okay. So we are going to, what are the things that Arjuna is saying that Krishna, you are this. Each one, can you say one of the qualities that Arjuna is praising Krishna?
The ultimate abode.
Good, very good. The ultimate abode. Then
Supreme.
the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay.
Original person.
The original person. Very good. Then
Eternal.
the eternal. Very good. Okay. Then
Transcendental.
transcendental. Very good.
Unborn.
The unborn.
Greatest.
The greatest.
The purest.
The purest.
Absolute truth.
The absolute truth. So how many totally? Can you count?
9.
9.
Okay. Can you all quickly memorize this 9? I'll give you 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see after this, who can say how much of this you can say. Are you done?
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji, one a little bit more.
Okay.
30 more seconds.
Yeah, 30 more seconds.
Mataji, I can say the verse.
Who's that?
Aditya.
Okay, I want you to say only the 9 meanings. Let me change the screen. And don't refer the book, and tell me from memory, what did Arjuna say to Krishna in English, the translation? The 9 qualities. Who knows?
Mataji, can my sister try?
Yes.
Arjuna, should I say the translation?
No, the 9 qualities.
Okay. So he is the supreme personality of Godhead
Uh-huh.
and the ultimate abode, the pure absolute truth. He's the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest.
Very good. Wonderful. Anyone else wants to say?
Krishna Chaitanya,
Yes, Krishna Chaitanya.
the supreme person, the supreme personality of Godhead,
Mm-hmm.
the purest,
Mm-hmm.
eternal, transcendental, unborn, the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say transcendental?
Yes, you said transcendental. The ultimate?
Ultimate abode.
Ultimate abode. Then, how much did you cover?
I have 8. I have 1 more to go.
Yeah.
I can't seem to remember the last one.
The unborn. Did you say the unborn?
The unborn.
Unborn, right?
I said unborn, yeah.
Good job. Good job, Krishna Chaitanya. Okay. So, Arjuna is saying, after listening to the 4 verses, he's saying all these things. And each one has a lot of meaning. There's a supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode. Abode means, what does abode mean?
That place,
Spiritual world.
Yeah, but the word abode doesn't mean the spiritual world.
A place that he resides, like someone resides.
Does it mean sustenance?
Very good. Yes. So ultimate abode means that place which is ultimate. There's nothing beyond it.
Mataji, I have a question. So like I understand why Dhamma is like abode, but why does it in the synonyms it says sustenance? What is that like?
Yeah. Dhamma is the abode. Very good question. So that's where we are sustained. Like we are sustained on earth, right? So similarly, Dhamma is a place or the place where we are sustained or where we can live. So that's why it's called sustenance.
So this is we're in a Dhamma. This is sustenance, like.
Dhamma, sustenance means he is the ultimate abode. He is a reason for that abode to exist also. That means only when we go to that abode, there's nothing else. We don't need to go anywhere else and there's nothing beyond it. And he's sustaining that abode also by himself.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So,
I forgot original person. That was one I forgot.
right. Original person, right. Adihi. See? So Arjuna is saying all these things to the Lord. And then all the great sages such as, who are the 4 great sages who confirm this truth?
Narada, Sita, Devi, and Vyasa.
Yeah,
Very good. So Arjuna is also saying about these 4 sages. Okay. So we discussed about this, right? So Krishna is the origin of everything. Every demigod and every human being is dependent on him. Can you tell that shloka? Where Krishna, what is that?
Aham sarvasya prabhava matra saram pravartade iti matva bhajante mam bhula bhava samamrita.
Yeah, that's is mentioned here, but this verse is not that exactly. I want to know demigods and human beings is dependent on him. What is that verse?
Mataji, I remember the verse.
Mishti.
Name vidu surganaha prabhavam na mahashayaha ahamadirhi devanam mahashinam sarvashaha.
Very, very good, Mishti. That was wonderful. So what is that meaning? What's the meaning of this? Name viduh suraganaha.
Is neither the host of the demigods nor the sages know my origin or opulences, for in every respect I am the source of them.
You see how he's saying here that he is the source of demigods and the sages. Okay, so and then this is a verse that he says that everything emanates from him. So what is that? You said someone said this 10.8. Though is there a I mean, I want to give chance to someone who has not answered or told any shloka so far. Can you say the verse 10.8? Anyone want to say Aham Sarvasya? Sai Vedas.
Mataji Balavrinda want to say answer.
Yes, Balavrinda.
Aham sarvasya prabha manta sarva pravardate iti hamsa iti matva bhajante mamuta bhava samanvita. Today I'm in the slow moon, Mataji.
Very good. That was very nice. Thank you. So can anyone read the translation that's mentioned here? Krishna says. Who wants to read the translation? Sri Lasya. Okay, someone wanted to read? Okay, Mishti.
Mataji, can my sister read?
Yes.
Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. So from this we learned that Krishna is the original person. And then Prabhupada is saying about ignorance. What do you mean by ignorance?
Ignorance means lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. And how can that be removed?
Devotional service.
Devotion service.
Yeah, can you say some examples of devotional service?
Chanting Sankirtana.
Chanting,
Hearing
japa.
Srimad Bhagavatam, associating with devotees.
Living in holy Dhamma.
Doing deity worship.
Very good. So any of this, what is the result of performing all this is our ignorance is removed. And do you remember the shloka where Krishna says that he removes the ignorance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anyone else other than Mishti and Krishna Chaitanya who wants to say the verse? Okay, go ahead, Krishna Chaitanya.
Namevanukampartham ahamajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatmabhavascha gnanadipena bhasvata. Translation?
Yes.
The Supreme Lord saying, I to those devotees who are completely surrendered unto me, I remove the darkness,
Darkness of ignorance with the
knowledge.
shining lamp of knowledge. Very good. Okay. So, okay, do you remember any story of what story we discussed in this aspect with connected to this, that how a person who's always doing devotional service, his ignorance is removed? The last class.
Was it Haridas Thakur?
Yes. Do you want to say the story?
Which story?
What we discussed last class, what happened to Haridas Thakur? Was he able to access the scriptures?
No.
So what happened? What was the conversation about? He had a conversation with someone.
Yeah, he was doing the chanting, but he was chanting very loudly. So they complained to the Muslim leader, and the Muslims arrested him. And he was always chanting, and the leader was asking him why you're always chanting, and he was saying. And then he was saying that you're very low caste because you're Muslim, but you decided to go low birth for Hindu. He said, so he said that you must that they will kill him. So they made Haridas Thakur. So they made some guards beat Haridas Thakur, and don't remember exactly how many places.
22.
22 times, but Haridas Thakur still survived. So the guards were very shocked. And they were very worried then that the leader will kill them, and punish them if they did not kill Haridas Thakur. So they begged for Haridas Thakur, and Haridas Thakur felt compassion on them. He felt like that they have to suffer because of him, and he didn't like that. So he entered into a trance, and suddenly he wasn't moving at all. His heart even wasn't beating. He wasn't breathing. So they brought him happily to the king, and the king was happy he was dead. So they threw him in the Ganga River, where he flowed back to his home city, and then got up back again and started chanting. Then all the Muslims were very shocked and asked for forgiveness.
Very good, Krishna Chaitanya. Thank you for telling nicely the story. Yeah, that shows that how Krishna protected him. But there is one more story that we discussed where it shows that he was expert in all the scriptures, although he did not have access to them and he did not read to them. There was an argument, and there was one other person. Do you remember the person's name who
Was
said
it like
that?
something with Gopal?
Yes, Gopal
Gopal
Chakravarti.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you remember what he said?
Not exactly, but something. No, I don't.
Okay, so Gopal said that you cannot attain liberation only by, not even purely chanting the name, only by offenselessly chanting the name. But but Haridas Thakur said, no, you can attain liberation by just offenselessly chanting the holy name. And he said very angrily, if that is the case, then I'll cut off your nose. So Haridas Thakur said, yes, I will cut off my nose myself if a person didn't attain liberation even by second stage of chanting. Then in 3 days, what happened to Gopal? He got some rare disease called leprosy that was very prevalent at that time, and his nose fell off. The nose became very painful. He developed some sores, and then it fell off. So this is how the Lord gave him the knowledge, even though he was not reading the scriptures. So someone may say that Arjuna is saying so many things to the Supreme Lord just because Krishna is his friend. Because Krishna was Arjuna's friend, so Arjuna went on flattering Krishna, saying that you're the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the unborn, the greatest, the purest, the original person, the ultimate abode, and everything. So this was just Arjuna's flattery of his friend Krishna. But then the acharyas say no, because whatever Arjuna says, even the Vedas, they say the same thing. They're not saying anything different. So in this way, you can understand that Arjuna is not just flattering his friend, calling him, oh, you're the Supreme Lord, but whatever Arjuna said is affirmed or confirmed in the Vedas. So if someone comes to you and say that I am the Supreme Lord, how will you refute that?
I would say you have none of the six opulences, or your none of the 9 things that is mentioned in the verse that we 10.11 to 10.12 in Bhagavad Gita. And I would say that that it says if everyone might have a bit of beauty, fame, or anything, renunciation, but they don't have it as much as Krishna. So Krishna is the most, and whoever has the most is actually God.
Very nice, Mishti. Very nice. So whoever has all these qualities in unlimited quantity, but he may say that when Krishna was there also, he did not exhibit everything at the same time. So I am not exhibiting now. For example, Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill when he was 7 years old. And then he did some Leela here and there to show that he is supreme. But not that he was showing everyone that he's a supreme throughout the day and night, 24 hours and 365 days a year. He was not showing like that. So if he says that, and he says that I am also like that, when I was 7, I lifted the Govardhan Hill. You did not see that. So what would be our answer for that?
Show universal form right now.
That's nice. That's nice. So show your universal form right now, like Arjuna asked Krishna. But then he would say that you don't have divine eyes and I can't give you divine eyes. Even if I show, you will not be able to see. So what will you say?
Read my mind.
Read your mind. That's very easy. That's how many people get misled. Reading mind is an art, like reading the astrological chart, somebody who knows the science of mind, and it was very common those days. So very easily people would read. For example, I forget the name of a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think, yeah, his name is Rasika Nanda. So he was preaching in a village. So what happened? And he was, he gets up early in the morning and he makes everyone do Mangalarti and do chanting, and he was showing the path of devotional service, bhakti yoga to everyone. So when he was brushing the teeth, on those days they brushed the teeth with not the toothbrush. Do you know what they use for brushing the teeth?
Sticks.
The stick, like I think they say imli stick or something. Maybe not.
Yeah, the neem stick. The stick from a neem tree. It's very, very antibacterial and antiviral, and it gives so much strength. So they just used to take a stick from the neem tree and they used to brush. So he was brushing with the neem tree, and then a few villagers came and said, you know what? We saw a yogi flying. God has come. God is come here because we saw a yogi flying up in the sky. He must be none other than God. So Rasikananda said, oh, that's something simple. No, you don't know. We have never seen anyone fly. Are you flying? Are we flying? But he is flying. So he must be God. He's like Krishna. Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill. Instead of that, he's flying and he is showing. Then again, Rasikananda Prabhu said, no, that is something very silly. But being devotee of the Lord is the best thing. But the villagers wouldn't listen. No, this is an amazing feat. Then Rasikananda got fed up and he said, okay, look here. And he just, the thing that he was brushing with, he just touched that and it became big, or he just sat on the stick and then he started flying. Everybody's watching him like that. He started flying. He went 3 times, hovering above their head, and they saw him. Wow, that's amazing. Flying and sitting on top of the small stick. And then he came down, "Oing," and then he said, "Now I'm saying these magical feats are nothing. These feats are something that the yogi obtained powers, and those powers are temporary. But if you can attain the lotus feet of the Lord, that is permanent." And then they agreed, "Yes, what you say is true. If a yogi like this, you have all these powers and you never showed us, and you are saying Bhakti Yoga is perfect, then we will definitely follow Bhakti Yoga." You see? So reading the mind is nothing. It's just a science that is unknown to us. So don't get moved by that. So what is the main thing is, of course, we can say that universal form, but the main thing is Vedic injunctions or Vedas or Puranas or Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam has to say that so and so is an incarnation of the Lord. See, even Arjuna's thing, when Arjuna says that Krishna, you're the Supreme Lord, here it is justified. He did not, he's saying that not only I said, but four great rishis also accepted Krishna. And then whatever Arjuna said, the Vedas are saying the same thing. So that's what you have to ask. Where in the Vedas it is said that you are the Supreme Lord and you will come in so and so time. So that,
Mataji, I have a question on like this 2 slides back. Like it says you have to live in Mathura. Like is any dham the same? Like
yes, Mathura is the birthplace of Krishna. And living in Mathura means basically living in the consciousness of the Dham. So once in a year, I mean, there are some people who are living in Mathura, and right now we may not be able to go there and reside. But if we worship the Lord in our house and make the house holy like Mathura, then it's like as good as living in Mathura. Okay?
so is like Vrindavan and Mathura like
Yes.
the same idea?
Yes, the same thing.
Thanks.
Mathura is near Vrindavan. Okay. So let's see what Arjuna said and what Kena Upanishad says here. In the Kena Upanishad, it is stated that Supreme Brahman is a rest for everything, or is a resting place. And Krishna has already explained that everything is resting on him. What is that shloka from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is telling that everything is resting on him?
Remember.
Anyone know?
If no one wants to say, I can go.
Let me see, Krishna Chaitanya, if anyone knows this verse.
Mataji, can I try? If nobody want to say, I will tell.
Okay, since,
Mataji, can I?
Wait, let me give chance to the other kids first. Who's that? Who asked me the last?
This is Varun.
Yeah, Varun, go ahead.
Okay, 7.7.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
that's written there. Okay.
Okay. Should I say that?
Yes.
Okay. Matta parataranyanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutramayi ganaiva.
Thank you, Varun. So can you read the translation?
Okay. O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread.
See, as pearls are strung on a thread. See, if you pull out the thread, what happens?
All the pearls fall. There's no more necklace.
Yes. So similarly, Krishna is saying that everything is resting on him like that. Good job, Varun. Okay, so and also in the Mundaka Upanishad, it is said that Krishna is accepted as the purest of the pure. So what happens to one who understands Krishna as the purest of the pure?
He becomes pure.
He becomes purified from sinful activity.
Yes, he becomes purified. And what is the process to become purified?
Devotional service to
Lord,
Krishna.
surrendering to Supreme
Surrendering unto the Lord. What do you mean by pure?
Like devoid of any false ego or the other anarthas.
Pure means one who is not having undesirable qualities, one who has no sinful reactions. Because of the sins we perform, we are getting impure. But one who has no sinful reactions, they are accepted as pure. But Krishna is the purest of pure. Do you remember any place where by the touch of Krishna, the sinful reactions of some people have been removed? By the touch of the Lord, tell me evidences or stories from the scriptures where Krishna removed the sinful reactions. You know that very well. Each one of you know that history very, very well.
I have one. Putana.
Okay, that's right. Putana was freed of all sinful reactions. And then? Who else? Give me one more example. Okay, because of sins, they were cursed to be something, and because of Krishna, they were relieved from the curse.
Would it be like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha?
Yes, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha were killed by the Lord personally, and then they went to the next thing. Okay, that's fine. But one other example, specifically from Krishna's pastime.
All the demons Krishna killed or Kamsa?
Yes, all the demons, Krishna. This is
Mataji, Nalakuvera and Manigriva?
yes, Kanchan. That's what I was expecting. Very good. So here we see that Nalkuvera and Manigriva, because of their sinful activities, they were cursed to become trees. But when Krishna's lotus feet touched them, what happened? The sinful reactions are gone. The sinful reactions are gone, and then they became pure. So that is why Krishna is pure, and whomever he touches, they become purified too. Give me one example from Ramayana. Lord Rama's lotus feet.
I think it was a rock.
Yes, yes.
Ahalya.
Ahalya, very good. She was cursed to be inside the rock or become a rock. When Lord Rama's lotus feet touched her, she was relieved from the curse. So these prove that Lord Rama and Krishna were the purest of the pure. Okay, another aspect of Krishna is he has no bodily needs. He has no hunger, no thirst. He doesn't need to sleep like us. He's not birth and not death. So can you tell me the shloka where he says that although I am not born, I appear on this earth to establish religious principles?
Mataji, there's some similar verses in 4.6, 4.7, 4.8.
Yes.
9.
Do you want to say one of the verse? Let me see, Mishti, right? I want to see if anyone else wants to take this chance. Anybody who has not answered so far? Okay, go ahead, Mishti.
Okay, I'll just say 4.8. Paritranaaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very good. Anyone can say 4.6? Okay, Mishti, go ahead.
Okay, Mataji. Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanami shwaropi san prakritim swamudhishtaya sambhavami atmamayaya.
Very, very good, Mishti. I like the way you're so thorough with the shlokas and the translations. That's exactly how we should learn Bhagavad Gita. So wonderful. Keep it up. Okay, so how to learn this knowledge? If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, can we understand Bhagavad Gita from just the internet?
No.
No, Mataji.
So how we should, from where should we accept?
Guru, a bona fide spiritual master.
The first qualification of a bona fide spiritual master is?
That they come.
Disciplic succession.
What is disciplic succession means?
Parampara.
What
Parampara.
does parampara mean?
Comes from Krishna.
It's like it starts from Krishna. It's this disciplic succession. So Krishna taught someone, and that person in turn taught someone, and it goes on like that.
Very, very nice. Yes. So it comes one person teaching other person, teaching other person, teaching other person, like that. Then that's a way to understand Krishna. Okay. Do you all want Kahoot?
Yes.
Okay. So these two shlokas we will learn. But let me share the screen for Kahoot. Are you able to see the number?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
So I have Sri Lasya, Vikya, Kanchan, Krishna Chinta, and Sid. Let's wait for some more people to join. What happened, others? Please join. It is fun. It's okay even if you don't win, but we will get to know so many things. Should we start the game?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, someone's joining.
People are joining steadily.
Yeah, and Sid just dropped out for some reason.
No.
I think he's trying to join, or he has a different name.
It's Jesus. What's the verse number again? I forgot. What? Yeah, what's the verse number?
10.12 to 10.13.
Okay. Thank you.
I think we're ready.
I'm not ready.
Start.
Yeah,
Someone's. Oh.
Jesus.
that might be Sid.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, let's start. So listen to the questions properly. Think about the slides. Teshamevanukampartam maham ajnanajam tamaha. After that, complete the shloka. Yes. So 6 people have answered it right. It's Nashayami Atma Bhavasto Jnana Deepena Bhashvata. Oh, Jesus is 940. Krishna Chinta. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Pray the Master. Divyans the Pro. Good job. This is the last week's homework shloka. Arjuna said, you are the already everyone is finished. Oh, great job. So 9 said the right thing. That's all of the above. That's wonderful. Yes, he said more than the above. We see Divyansh the pro. Okay, the next. To say true or false. It's Narada, it's not Narmada. Great sages, read carefully. Great sages says Narada, Asita, Devala and Vyasa does not confirm.
Yeah, now I know the answer.
Yes, 10 of you answered right, which is false. Let's see the scoreboard. Krishna, come to the first place. Good job.
Jesus has been overtaken.
Yes. Every dash and every dash is dependent on Lord Krishna. Remember what we read. Other answers could be correct too, but this is specifically to the shlokas that we discussed in the slides. Only 2 have got it right. Every demigod and human
I got
being.
it wrong.
Name vidu suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayaha. Maharshis were human beings. So that's why we discussed demigods and human beings, and he's the source of them, right? Okay,
Yeah.
let's see the scoreboard.
Oh, Jesus is overtaken again. Great.
Followed by Kanchan, Krishna Chinta, Divyansh, and Pray.
I think Jesus and Kanchan are the 2 people who got it right.
Yes, devotional service removes. Read the choices carefully.
Carefully. Oh, yeah, boy. That was easy.
Yes, this is all of the above.
Now, why is Krishna Chinta in 6th place?
Oh, Jai Srila Prabhupada has come up. So Jesus is continuing to be number 1. Kena Upanishad says, everything rests on Krishna just as?
Everything rests on Google, obviously.
Yeah. And everyone got it right. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes, Jesus is continuing the lead.
Streak.
Yes. Okay, next question. Constant thinking of Krishna is? What do you think it is? Smaranam. Smaranam means remembering the Lord. Okay, let's see. Wow, the scoreboard remains the same. Pray the Master is in the 5th place. Okay, 8th question. One who understands Krishna is the purest of pure. One who understands Krishna is the purest of the pure.
I think
I don't know if I got this one right. They're kind of.
I don't know this.
I feel like there are 3 possible answers. Oh.
Yes,
Okay,
actually no. Can anyone become the purest?
No.
Always all the superlatives are the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is the only one who is always the purest. Jesus, Divyansh, Kanchan, Pray, and Krishna Chinta.
I think I just heard of Jesus.
Knows that Krishna is the purest of the pure becomes purified. Okay, say true or false. Lord Krishna is free from birth and death.
I know
Right.
where the true or
Question.
false keys are before I click the answer, so I just keep on clicking the true side before the
Yes.
question.
Kanchan took the second place. Jesus is still leading. Okay, the last question.
I know it. I know it. I already know it.
It's a multi-select. We should
I already
understand
know it.
Bhagavad Gita through.
Well, is that real? I don't know if that's how you spell succession, but whatever.
Yeah, the spelling is wrong there.
Everyone knows you have to use YouTube.
YouTube is the best thing
Wait,
you can.
what's the? Oh, okay, they're both right.
Because
Yes, you see, parampara system is the same as disciplic succession.
Why did it horrible today?
So let's see. Pray the Master is in the podium. Kanchan is in the second place. And first place is Jesus.
Hey, can Jesus please
Krishna,
reveal themselves?
Sita and Divyansh are the runners up. Who's the Jesus? Siddhartha.
Tell me now.
I was Jesus this time, but that doesn't mean I was Jesus every time.
Who was that?
Aditya.
Aditya Rajiv?
No, Kasturi.
Aditya Kasturi. Okay.
Jesus has revealed himself personally.
No, this.
The one
I
and
was
only
Jesus only
Jesus.
this round.
I know.
Bye. I did horrible.
Okay, so do you want to?
Mute it. I'm hungry.
Okay, let's close and you can go to eat. I don't know, some problem. It's not coming. Okay.
We
Just
got it.
you just want to see the report. Do you want to see or no?
Yeah?
No.
Sid got 0%.
no, he dropped out before the class, before his school started.
Yes, he did horrible.
Kanchan. So that was great. It doesn't matter whether you get however, but if you join, even if you fail in this, the person who has not got in the top 5 may get Krishna's mercy, because if you read Bhagavad Gita, who's pleased?
Krishna.
Krishna is pleased.
Krishna,
Okay?
Mataji, can we play?
Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
Mataji, can we play other Kahoot?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to go.
Mataji?
Yes, 9:24.
Yes, it's late here. So I have to go now. So if there are no more questions, I want you to chant, all of you, to chant 3 times praying for Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Can you all join with all your heart? Pray to the Lord, closing your eyes.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Thank you. We will dedicate this session. If Krishna please let him request him to bestow his blessings on his great Srinivas Jagannath Prabhu and take Prabhu in his shelter. Thank you all very much for joining today, and we'll meet you again next week. Hari Bol.
Thank you,
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
Prabhupada ki jai, Lalitangi.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Ki
Hare
jai.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.